all of these folks are huge supporters. A lot of them are from other countries. Luca, she is managing the Trump cafe downstairs, Trump Grill. She's from Romania. These folks are from everywhere. They're from all walks of life. Blue collar, a lot of immigrants, a lot of, people of color. And so all of this BS that the American Bolsheviks have been spreading about President Trump is not true. Black people love him. Hispanics love him. White, any color.
That was Rebekah Koffler, a Russian-English bilingual U.S. intelligence expert, strategic military intelligence analyst, and author of Putin's Playbook, Russia's Secret Plan to Defeat America, featured on The War Room from Real America's Voice, claiming that former President Donald Trump can't be racist because he employs Black, brown, and Native people. And also, they love him. I mean, just a few years ago, it was reported that the president's Florida resort, Mar-a-Lago, filed requests with the Department of Labor to obtain 61 visas for foreign workers. The Mar-a-Lago Club asked for 40 H-2B visas for servers and another 21 for cooks. The H-2B visa is for, quote, temporary and non-agricultural workers. According to the Department of Homeland Security's U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, the employer filing for H-2B visas must demonstrate that there are, quote, not enough U.S. workers who are able, willing, qualified, and available, and that the foreign workers will not adversely affect the wages and working conditions of similarly employed U.S. workers. That per USA Today. It wasn't the first time that Mar-a-Lago had made such requests either. You should know that the cooks were supposed to be paid at least $13.31 an hour, and the servers were supposed to be paid at least $12.68 an hour. Now, this wouldn't be Trump taking advantage of foreign workers in order to underpay them at the expense of unemployed U.S. citizens, right? I mean, at least these workers are documented. Wait, Future Me is putting up a headline proving that 45 not only hires undocumented workers, but he fires them. I would do that, oh beautiful bastard. But does that mean that Donald Trump is or has been racist towards people of color at his places of employment? After all, again, he gave them jobs. Jeff, me, when you're editing this video, you're going to include a TikTok about this too, aren't you?
In 1991, a book by John O'Donnell, who was a former president of a Trump hotel and casino in Atlantic City, quoted Trump saying the following about a black accountant. And then in a 1997 interview with Playboy, Trump did say that it's most likely true and very likely that he did say those things. In 1992, a Trump hotel plaza and casino was fined $200,000 because they were transferring black and women dealers off the floor to accommodate a big gambler's prejudices.
Okay, I think the TYT audience gets it. They are...
In 1993, in congressional testimony, Trump said that some Native Americans shouldn't be running casinos because, and quote, they don't look like Indians to me.
Is this you discussing Indian blood? We're going to judge people by whether they have Indian blood, whether they're qualified to run a gaming casino or not?
That probably is me, absolutely. Because I'll tell you what, if you look at some of the reservations that you've approved, you, sir, in your great wisdom have approved, I will tell you right now, they don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like to Indians. Now, maybe we say politically correct or not politically correct. They don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like Indians to Indians.
You know, Tommy, what is motivating Democrats to turn a blind eye to this issue? Is it political? Are they motivated by blind compassion in some sort of way that is clearly misguided? What is it?
No, this is not compassion at all, because if you look at the individuals coming over, yes, they're being able to come over to the United States of America, but they're not going to come over to live the American dream. They're going to come over to live in the shadows. So when I hear Democrats say that having an open border is compassionate, I have to really throw the BS flag on that one. But I've told you guys before what I think the motivation is, and it's not some big secret. I believe that Democrats want to usher in as many people as they can into this country as possible. You have dedicated Democrat voters who are indebted to the Democrat Party for getting them across, and I believe that that is what they're really looking for, is a new voting bloc, and that's what they're bringing in, because otherwise there really is no excuse for it. This is dangerous for the migrants, it's dangerous for Americans, and it's not something that can be sustained much longer.
Hi, I'm Maz Jobrani, and so is that guy. Today, I want to talk to you about Tomi Lahren, who went on Fox News to complain, saying that Democrats are letting people come across the border because they want them to come across and vote Democratic. What is wrong with these people? It's like Tucker Carlson, who said Democrats are trying to let people immigrate because they're going to be more obedient voters. What the hell does that even mean, an obedient voter? I don't get it. Tommy, do you really think the Democrats are letting people come across the border, and what, as they come across the border, do they ask them, would you vote Democrat or Republican? How does this work? Do they look at them and go, oh, you're probably not as well off financially, you'll vote Democrat? Is that what they're doing? How do they analyze? How does the questioning go? Do they say something like, do you like red or blue? Do you like donkeys or elephants? What's the questioning that determines the people coming across the border are going to vote Democrat? If Tommy and other people on the right actually looked at statistics rather than just blabbering off, they would see that in the last election, a lot of immigrants and a lot of Latino voters actually went further right. There was the Republicans gained more Latino voters. Maybe they're at the border asking immigrants if they want to vote red for the red elephant. Maybe the Republicans are doing it. It's such a crazy theory that Republicans have created, and it basically is replacement theory. That's what it is. It's a nod and a wink to the extreme right, to the racists and the nationalists, to say, look, the brown people are coming because they're going to take away your vote, they're going to take away your jobs, and they're going to bring in crime. That's what they're saying. While the truth is, actually, whether the immigrants come or not, America is becoming a more diverse country regardless. Why? Because people of diverse backgrounds are having more babies than white people in general, percentage-wise. So maybe white people, Tommy, maybe it's time to start having more sex. I don't know, having more babies. I don't know. Maybe that's the way to stop more brown people from becoming a majority in America. Maybe that's the way. By the way, the immigrants who are coming to this country and brown people who are growing up, people of color who are growing up in this country, are the workforce that in the future are going to be helping older white people get their Social Security and get their economic benefits that they worked all their lives for. So we need people of color and a diverse background to create a workforce to keep our economy going. And by the way, Tommy, if you guys over there at Fox and people on the right are going to say, oh my God, look, they're letting in rapists and drug dealers and all that other stuff. The biggest threat to America are Americans. It's not immigrants. Statistically speaking, immigrants commit fewer crimes than American citizens. So if you really want to stop somebody from coming in, you should stop Americans from coming in, but they're already in. So it's too late. Maybe do something about guns. Maybe do something about limiting guns and accessibility to assault rifles and high-capacity magazines. Maybe think about that, Tommy, rather than demonizing people coming to this country. Now, with all that said, I will admit we do have a problem with our immigration system, and we should deal with it together, but we shouldn't demonize the people coming to this country. I came to this country from Iran. Most people leaving their home country are coming because they are having trouble in that country. A lot of times America's involved with the trouble. In Iran, America was involved in a 53 coup that overthrew a democratically elected leader. And then later on, when the revolution happened, a lot of Iranians came. Similarly, in a lot of these countries in Central America and other places, America's had some hand in destabilizing those governments, and those people are coming here for safety. No one's in a great situation at home going, wow, life is great. I got all my friends. I speak the language. I'm making a lot of money. Let me get up and go to somewhere where nobody wants me, where Tommy Lahren doesn't want me to come, where people will look at the color of my skin and say, oh, we don't want you because you're brown.